Hello, welcome to another random video of me playing random games. This is Top Gear Rally. It's a really good game. We're doing Coastline. This is the USA version of the game. Usually I play the EU version or the UK version, but nah. We're gonna go for grippy tyres. We're gonna go for normal suspension. It's actually like a fairly robust racing game. There we go. You can change the view like this. I put it in third person. Usually you actually want to put it in first person, so it makes it easier to steer, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. You don't want to be riding the wall so much like I am, but that's fine. We just gotta go like this and just drive to our heart's content, basically. I'm on automatic gearbox, so I don't have to worry about anything like that. There are 3 laps, you're going to try and win every race. You don't have to win all the time, you just have to get enough points to qualify to the next race. So all I'm going to do is keep going until I don't qualify, and then that's the end of that. I played this game a lot. So I should be okay at the first few levels at least. Some of them get a bit difficult, but you could tell compared to the PS1 that this is much better at handling textures. The PS1 struggled, it made it all wobbly, whereas this game is not wobbly particularly. Get out of here, you. Got a race to win. Thank you. I think there's slipstream as well, so I think you can get a slipstream from going behind the car in front of you. I've picked the steering, which I think is a bit sensitive, but the game is quite drifty anyway, so you do drift quite a lot. It's just one of those things. There we go, lap 2. So I'm 12th in lap 2, so that's 8 positions gained. That's nice. I would go through the tunnel, but it's just slower. So why would you do it? There are some paths in this game which are just like outright slower than others, and you can't take them if you want to win. But I like the level of detail and stuff for an N64 game is pretty good. I can't argue with that. And the decal editor was pretty advanced for its time too. I like that a lot too, but it takes up so many blocks of your memory pack. That's the one thing that PS1 had over N64. The memory stuff was much better on the PS1 because you had a memory card of 15 blocks, but most games took up like 1 or 2. Some took up like 6 or something stupid, but some were like 1 or 2. But then you had this where like you had 255 pages of memory or whatever, but some of these things would take up 97 on their own. Like Snowboard Kids, for example, trying to save Snowboard Kids takes up like half a memory pack on its own or something crazy. So it ended up being one of those games you have to keep on. There's no in-battery save. That's one thing, again, that N64 had over PS1. Some games saved onto the cartridge, whereas on the disc you can't save things onto the disc because they're not rewritable discs. Whereas a cartridge, being a form of flash storage, can be rewritten or written over. And I'm sure the process for doing it wasn't easy. As a developer, I wouldn't know, I'm not one, but bit rough and ready with the old driving. There's no like damage model though, so you don't have to worry about dying, which is good. Oh, here's first place. I have just knocked him into next week by mistake. I try and drive clean. I don't try and knock people off the track if I can help it. But it's a rally, so there's not really any rules for where you can and can't go. It's not like a normal race where there's boundaries for the track. This is just go as fast as you can to the end, so that's why I can drive straight across this. If I want to. And the next one's on the left as well. I think I could go over the grass too. I'll try that this time. You can go over here. Drive straight across this grass. I'm now lapping some people. Have a nice little drift. That lag is also just lag, like in the game. It's not the recording or anything. Just one of those laggy things. I was not looking where I was going. It's poor form. Here we go. Finish! I am win. Don't need to see the replay, I'm fine. Nice. Save season data? Yeah, sure. I'd love to. Jungle Sunny. Eventually you can pick like a new kind of car. I'm going to try handling 2 and see if that's any better for me. I'm also going to try flippier tyres. And softer suspension because we're on mud. Can't remember if it's softer or harder you want on mud. I might have just completely fucked it, but we'll see. Here we go. Right, we want to go down here first of all. This saves a lot of time. Nice. Sometimes you lose positions by going that way if you do it pretty badly, but other times if you do it well, you gain a lot of time. I think I picked well. The car seems to handle pretty well. Maybe I've just gotten used to it, but I think I can go across here. Don't know why I would, but I guess I can. Doesn't seem any faster or slower than just doing it the other way. Because it depends, if you fuck up the corner before, you might as well cut across. You don't want to fly off of there. Too many times have I rolled the car. And you can roll the car. And that's just very slow, obviously. So I remember this track raining, but maybe that's in the second season. Because you'd have to do multiple seasons where you unlock more cars and then you do it again with a faster car. Almost like 100cc, 150cc sort of thing. Right now we're on the hard mud. You can go across the water too, but don't touch those posts because they stop you dead. The water's slow and all, so I wouldn't touch that either. Here we go. Yes, I think the fastest way of doing this is just cut across that lake. But I'm not always interested in fast. Sometimes I'm interested in safe. This is the end of the lap now. After this hill. I remember these tracks pretty well. After about the third level I don't remember so well. But just going to come zooming down here. Brake here. So we don't want to fly into the wall. It's okay to use your brakes sometimes. I know it's scary, but it's okay. You want to see a car coming out of here, but you don't. That's fine. It's only going to be up here. I think I'm a little bit behind where I could be right now. But I think I should still be able to get first. I should. No guarantee. Can't remember whether the same developers made number 2 or not. I never played number 2, I only played number 1. I never played Overdrive either. Which is I think it's number 3. Or maybe it was between 1 and 2, but I'm not sure. I think it was after. I only ever played this one, because I had the N64 cartridge for it. Probably bought it from like or probably rented it from Blockbuster before they went out of business and then never had to give it back. That's what happened for me in Yoshi's Story. So it's probably the same thing here. Yoshi's Story was, we rented it like a week before Blockbuster went out of business or something. And we just never gave it back, because why would you? Our Blockbuster still has N64 games. For some reason, even though like the PS2 was long since out. Maybe even the PS3. It became like a retro game renting service. Ooh, look at that overtake. Sometimes I impress myself. I mean, I like arcade racing games more than realistic ones because I'm a better arcade racer than I am a realistic one. I like to think I'm better at real world racing, but I'm super not. For example, I still need the racing line and stuff and everything because I'm just not that good. Which is fine, I could probably learn to get better, but as with most things you'll learn about me, I don't like learning. If I can't do something straight away, I get really frustrated with myself. And so I'd rather just give up than try and get better at it. That's what you don't want to have happen. I might end up back in second again. But if I am, it won't be for very long. I think the very small hitches are actually the emulator. Not necessarily my machine. I have a 10900K and a 3090 in here. It shouldn't be lagging, but just because something shouldn't be happening doesn't mean it doesn't. I mean, the textures is what lets the N64 down. They're not particularly high quality. But if you could get like an AI upscaler for any of these things, it would be much better. If we can get, I'm sure we'll reach a point with technology where we can just AI upscale pretty much anything, and then it'll be fine. All old games will look good again. All old 3D games, 2D games, you know, sprite work's pretty much timeless. You just have to increase the resolution to make it not blurry. But yeah, early 3D games, just AI upscale these textures, and when the AI upscaler gets good enough that it can just do it almost like a human could, then that's fine. For now, what you should do is have an AI upscale it and then touch it up with a human to make sure it makes coherent sense. Otherwise you get like garbled textures, which it thinks is good, but if a human looked at it for more than 4 seconds, they'd be like, what is that? Which is just not very useful. But these are the sort of games, these kind of racing games, you know, Mario Kart 64, Double Dash, Mario Kart Wii to a lesser extent, because that game annoys me, are just good chill games. You can just turn your brain off and just engage with the thing for an hour or two, and then go back to your life, which is real nice. Beautiful. You love to see it. So I won. I got the next season. Now we get to go on to the podium. Oh yeah. Look at all those cheering fans. Right, so we get, yeah, desert, coastline again. And then jungle in the rain. But we start with desert sunny. The third track. Welcome to desert. I want to pick... You want to pick one of the new cars. I want to pick an IP for higher max speed. Type 2 handling's fine again. We're in the desert, so slippy again is fine, and softer again is fine. Because sand and mud, sand and dirt are kind of the same, I think. Except we're a lot faster now, so you have to be careful about that. Just show you the car. This is the other view you can have. You can have a rear view mirror, but I don't want that. You're a lot faster, so we have to be careful about the speed difference. And the AI is harder too. They actually like drive faster. So we're on tarmac for now. So the tarmac bit is going to be pretty bad. But then the sand bit will be much better. There's also a long shortcut I didn't take here, but the long shortcut is risky as hell. So the next lap I'll try and take it. But no guarantees. So now we're on the sand. Now I'll feel the benefit of the soft tyres and the slippy tyres and the softer suspension. I don't remember which way is the fastest way to go on this level, unfortunately. You have weird jumps. Stop hitting me. Cool. There we go. Don't hit that bridge side. You can hit it and you will just go to 0 miles an hour immediately. And reversing in this game is a bitch, so don't try. If you hit the wall, just stop. Basically. You lose all your positions so quickly anyway that it doesn't matter. I'm not sure whether all the cars are going around the track all at the same time or whether they generate them in front of you, like a lot of racing games do. I think they actually are all on the track at once. Or at least all in the bits of the track that you're loaded. They probably unload cars like 2 behind you or something, I'd guess. And maybe like 3 in front of you. I'm going up here. Feels right. Don't know why. This feels correct. Yeah, I think that's good. So I'm 13th, so I'm a bit behind. You want to be like 12th at the end of lap 1 at every track, because then you can be like 6th at the end, or 3rd at the end of lap 2, and then win easily. But if I'm a little bit further behind, it's okay. And since I've done that, I'm going to stick to the slow path. Although I'll take the shortcut once, even though it's going to be slow, because I have to take it slow to not hit the wall. But I'll try. Yeah. So. You see how slow that is? I was already 9th and now I'm 10th. But it's fine. Come on, slow coach. You just straight up blocked me. I'm going to ride the wall. Get out of here. Right. See ya. Little love tap on the way out. Just a little love tap. But I like these tracks. These are the sort of things I'd want to make my racing game like. Although more arcadey than this even, probably. I'd like to have a drift like Mario Kart. But these sorts of tracks. Maybe not this long. Or if they were this long, they'd be like 2 laps rather than 3. I think the Mario Kart, 30 seconds a lap sort of speed or time is good. Maybe a minute at most. This is like Wario Stadium levels of length. Probably even longer than that. So already I can tell you I might not be first, but I should be somewhere up there, on the podium at least. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Thank you. Now this is the only hard corner. We've got to slow down a bit because I don't want to hit the wall. Oh, you took this way. The AI car's known to go this way because it's better. Uh-oh. Careful. Recover, recover. There we go. Nicely done. Right, so we're 5th at the end of the lap. So not 3rd, but I'll take it. First is probably going to be quite far away, so I have to go pretty fast to catch up. Which is where mistakes could come in, but hopefully it's fine. Should see 3rd any minute now. There he is. He did just pop in, but that could just be draw distance. I'm going to sling it around this corner at full speed. Yeah, I think if I could take the shortcut at full whack, it would be faster. But I can't. I haven't got that confidence to just go straight through there. I have got the confidence to chase after this guy, though. With joyous abandon. Right, so now after first. Here we go. Let's do it. Then I can show you another cool part about this game. Which is that the weather actually quite drastically affects the level of grip you've got. And the time it takes to turn and all the things you'd expect it to do. I kind of need to be ahead of you by the time I get to the split in the road, because I think you take the same path as me, which means that if you're ahead of me by that point, I can't get past you. It's just like a single track. Careful. Slow down a bit, it's fine. See if he's behind me still. No. Not really. Which means I am good to go. I am the golden god of the racetrack, and you shall never defeat me. Whee! Very nice. Alright. Up we go. 100 miles an hour feels slow, but it's really not slow. To do this sort of driving, like driving through rocks and shit at 100 miles an hour, would be very scary. Oh yeah. Okay. Nice. So now going back to coastline. We are. Still sunny. Let's pick the IP. Yeah. Handling 2 automatic, but grippy tyres and normal suspension. It's the same again, except now you're in a faster car. But the jungle is where things get interesting. Some AI still use the slower car, so you can easily overtake them. You're going like 12 or 15 miles an hour faster than they can go, so... Out of the way. Didn't mean to hit... I don't mean to hit them, I just drive into them and then blame them for me hitting them. As is the way. That's what you're supposed to do. Again, 12th is the goal. We will see if we can make it happen. Right, don't overtake him like that, overtake him like this instead. Just knocked into every single driver I've ever overtaken so far. It's not a good look. It's not the way you want to be. So if I take this way, I should overtake someone else too. Unless they're like just over the road. Yeah, there they are. Ooh, nice corner. Nice smacking into him again. Everyone so far. I hit him too, but I hit him on the way out of the corner, so that's better, right? That time he hit me. Oi! Rude. Piss off. There we go. Nice. Full speed ahead. Yeah, this handling 2 feels a lot better than handling 1. Feels more responsive, but it also feels like I can catch it when it's sliding a bit better. So I like that. I deserve to hit you ahead because I did just slide straight into you. This is like Gran Turismo 2 strats. Just use them as the bumpers. A lot of kids learned bad racing habits from games like this where you didn't have to care about hitting them and were actively incentivized to do so. Oh, that was a clean overtake. I like that. I can't hit them like that because I'm not ever close enough to actually get them, so it's fine. That's sick. I was going to say, there's an argument to be made that it might look faster, but it is slower, but that was sick, not 8. And he just hit me. I didn't see him. He blindsided me. What was I supposed to do? Ow. Here we go. Right, 6th place is where you want to be. Got a bit more to overtake. If I can get this guy right before the finish line, I'll be even happier, but not quite. Here we go. See you, buddy. But the game immediately knows I've taken this path, now I'm in 4th. The tunnel path is so slow. You would never go on it if you can help it. Very good. Ooh, nice plane. Like that. Let's do the rest of it in 3rd person, which I do not use, which is what I'm probably not going to win if I do this, but also it's not a Subaru, it's a Subaru. Different. No copyright, please do not steal. Do not sue Subaru, this is a Subaru. You can see in 3rd person how much more it struggles because you've got to render the car as well. Just a no-go zone. We'll say it does make it easier to miss cars. But yeah, you can put your own decals on this. You can like paint it yourself in all different colours. You can make lots of sophisticated designs. So way before Forza was doing it, you could do it in this game. Can't download them off the internet though, so unfortunately. Very cool. Right, so final thing we'll do today is do the jungle in the rain. I still want IP, still want handling 2, but I want slippy tyres and I want softer as fuck suspension. Here we go. So the rain is nightmarish. It makes your car so slippy. You'll want to go like head over arse at all times. And you also accelerate slower, which you'd expect, because your wheels are spinning more. But we'll see how we do. Also, not neat little effect there, when you're in the tunnel, the rain doesn't go. You know, N64, pretty impressive. To have that level of detail, but it's a racing game, so the thing about racing games is they always make the console look better than they are, because racing games in general are the easiest things to make and least stressful on the console or the computer, because most of the things it's doing is physics, which are, you know, they are intensive, but they're not. It's not like a massive open world. You've got a smallish map that you don't have to render all of at all times, if you don't want to. It's just a good way of making consoles look really good. So that's why like racing games will often look the best on that console generation in terms of pure graphical power, because they don't have as much to do. Whereas, you know, God of War on PS4, GTA 5 on PS4 doesn't look that good, but of course it won't. God of War has smaller maps. It's not a massive open world. It's slightly big open world in one area, I think, but not like a massive open world. You don't want to go on the mud itself, it slows you down. But you can go on the outskirts of the water and it's fine. Also, it's quite foggy, which I thought was quite neat. This game also doesn't have that, you know, N64 fog that a lot of N64 games have. This is foggy, but I don't think it's doing it for... I think it's just doing it for the effect. A lot of N64 games have fog because they don't have enough draw distance to show you what's coming up ahead. But it could also just be good map design. Because if all of these things are like twisty turny bits, you can't see too far ahead. And they also don't render the cars until they get close enough to you, so that's good. Where am I going? Going to the moon. Be right back. I wonder if I could get... It looks like I could get up that way. I mean, I don't know every shortcut on every track. So, I just know the ones that I used to take when I was a kid. So it looks like there's ways to go even faster than this. So I'm pretty sure the strat is not just to cut every single bit of grass you can find. Because some of them are more likely going to be slower. Also, you could just smack into a wall, and that's the end of your race. This is probably my favourite song. The jungle one. Just so nice. Get out of here. See ya. That's my mandatory 5th place. He might come back at me here because that was a bad corner. But we'll see. That should be fine. We're already well into 5th on the end of the second lap, so that's good. Even see 4th up ahead. Cut that a bit sharp, but that's okay. Onward. But yeah, I understand why some people don't like racing games because they think, car boring, but it's really just interesting to train a very specific skill of finding... It's like real-time mathematics or real-time physics calculations. That was pretty bad, but I got away with it. Yeah, real-time physics calculations. If I do this, where am I gonna end up? You've got sort of like ballistics in here, although it's not quite ballistics. It's more like figuring out trajectories, and you're doing, you know, the real good people are doing that hundreds of times a second. I hit a wall. That's bad. Right, so first is probably off the table now, but I can get second. Maybe I can still get first, but it's unlikely. I'm going to have to play real aggressive. We'll see. First is often quite far ahead. Oh no, he's there. Okay. Should be alright then. See ya. Wouldn't be a racing game unless you made it some kind of fuck up. I'm much more dangerous when I'm out in the lead than I am when I'm just driving. Because when you're following other people, you know what line to take. But when I'm on my own, I don't know what to do. I just drive into walls because I can't steer very well. But this track I know, so it's fine. But in like a simulation racing game, the best thing you can do is just follow behind people for a bit until you learn what to do, and then just try and replicate it and go a bit faster if you can. Probably, oh, it's still a course record, even though I was stationary for 4 or 5 seconds. I'll take it. Thank you. Oh yeah. Beautiful. So the next one will be mountain, but we won't see that. I'll see you guys next time when we do something else. Goodbye.